Hi, my name's Tim Johnson. Well, Christmas is just around the corner, a couple of weeks away now, and 2019 is looming on the horizon. It's a time that people perhaps want to make new starts and make change in their lives. Getting on for 3 years ago now, I made the best, the greatest, a monumental decision after 30 odd years of addiction to opiates and to alcohol. You know, I wanted to finally make that permanent change in my life and get and stay sober. The greatest, the best decision I've ever made in my life, I hasten to add, which continues to bring me gifts. But I'm still learning, and it's an ongoing process to learn and to strengthen and to grow, not just as a sober person, but to grow as a better human being, if you like, to be the best version of myself I can be for myself, but for other people as well, and for those that I love dearly. And on this channel, there's like nearly 180 odd videos now, which document the journey, but also share with the people who subscribe to the channel the learning that I've picked up along the way about many different subjects that will help you in sobriety, everything from diet and exercise to a lot of psychological stuff, and you know, there's lots and lots of ideas on here that certainly helped me, that I've tried to share. So please subscribe, like and share them if you think that they'll help you, because it just helps more people see them. Anyhow, what I wanted to talk about today was a subject that because it's a time of new starts and new beginnings, a lot of people get in touch with me via email and other methods and say that they're really struggling. It never sticks. Nothing ever seems to stick. You know, they can get sober, they can, but a few weeks later, you know, things, you know, they slip backwards or something happens, etc., etc. And I just want to share something with you now. It's a realization that happened quite a while ago for me now, but it's a sort of central theme that runs through a lot of my growth, if you like, and a lot of my sobriety. You know, it is really hard to stop taking drugs and to stop drinking alcohol and many other addictions. You know, I'm just talking about the two that really affected myself badly. But you know, any addiction, you know, it's difficult to actually stop doing it, to make that change. But that, you know, the stopping and the withdrawing are unpleasant and they are hard. But in my mind, you know, and certainly in my experience, the hardest thing to do is to go from that point on, particularly in the first 6 months, and to actually stay sober and to actually continue to grow as a human being, to grow stronger, to grow better in every way. You know, that's the really hard part, and a lot of people, you know, they fall at that hurdle, you know, over those first few months. Well, there are a lot of issues involved in that, but the central theme, the thing that I've learned more than anything else, that I try to get across to anybody that will ever listen to me, whether it be face to face or on these videos or you know, wherever it may be, on email, whoever contacts me, whoever wants my help, you know, when I talk to people, you know, in the groups that I'm involved in, etc., etc. The thing that has been the greatest tool for me in my sobriety, the thing that has helped me grow, is consistency. And it sounds really obvious, doesn't it? But it isn't to a lot of people, and it's bloody hard to do. And this, following on from my video a few days ago about negotiating with the brain, and please watch that if you haven't watched it yet, because it sort of follows on. This sort of follows on from it, because without consistency, without continuing to do, you know, it's all very well. Let's just use diet as an example, for instance. You know, you can go on the healthiest of all diets that you believe to be the healthiest of all diets, you know, but if you're not consistent, if you're not continually eating that diet, if you keep negotiating with your brain and your brain's talking you into going in the cream cake shop and giving yourself a treat a couple of times a week, then that's not being consistent. That's not, well, it's being consistently bad, if you like. You're consistently having bad things. And the same thing applies to alcohol and drugs and sober. And growing as a person stronger. It's consistency. That's exercise, isn't it? It's all very well, you know, going down the gym and flogging yourself, you know, for a couple of days or a couple of 3 days, and then sort of 3 days later, you know, you decide, oh, I'll have a couple of days off now, and then that turns into a week, and before you know it, you know, you've lost that consistency. It's far better with all these things. I'm not just talking about exercise. I'm just eating. I'm using those as examples, if you like. But it consistency spills into everything you do. It's every technique that you use in getting sober. And just taking small bites of something, you know, if you don't, for instance, if you're concentrating on diet, you know, and you want to make sure that you're getting everything you need to strengthen your body and to help your mood and to, you know, keep you at optimum energy to help you in your sobriety, you know, don't try and cut everything out at once. Just do it gradually, but be consistent about it, week on week on week, because goals, etc., it's always small bites that you succeed with. If you try and overreach, I'm talking from experience over the past 30, 35 years, when I've attempted many times to get sober, but it's never stuck until this time, because I was always overreaching and trying to, and of course, when you overreach with your goals, whatever they may be, whether it be diet or exercise, whether it be sort of mental, you know, meditation, maybe, you know, or whatever it is, maybe it's, you're working on yourself on forgiveness and losing resentments and gratitude and giving service and all these things that are building strength and helping your sobriety, but helping you as a person as well. You know, you may well set yourself goals which are unachievable, and once they're unachievable, but stretching you too far, and you lose motivation, and you're more likely then to lose consistency. Without consistency, forget it. But what happens if you are consistent over a long period of time? Then this all spills into your sobriety. This gives you, because habits build up, real habits. It all becomes a part of you. It's like with me, I always bang on about the Wim Hof method because it's been so amazingly helpful to me in every way. But it's not easy to do every day. It's not easy to jump into ice cold water every day. It's not easy to do a really hard 25-minute breathing exercise every day. It's not easy to do yoga, stretch your body at my age, and you know, and also to focus and meditate every day. But you know, if you're not consistent, if you don't do it, then you won't get any results from it. You won't build the habit. It won't become part of you. It won't strengthen your sobriety. And all these things, whether it be the millions of things, your diet, your exercise, your meditations, your breathing, your giving service, your gratitude, your working on your mental health, your hundreds of things, they're all on the videos. I can't even remember, there's so many. You know, unless you're consistent with them, then forget it. You know, you might as well just, because you will fall backwards. You will fall backwards. You know, it's all very well moaning it won't stick, and you know, oh, you know, I can't, it won't, you know, I can be sober for a week, or I can be sober for a few months and whatever, but you know, it really takes self-discipline. You know, it really does, and small bites and small goals and consistency. And if you do that and build that strength and those habits, it all becomes part of you. And sobriety becomes a lot, you know, it's just it's not a debating point. It's not something to be embarrassed about. It's not something to be ashamed of, or, you know, when someone asks you, you know, and you say to them, I don't drink, or I don't, you say it because it's, you know, it's the best possible things you can be doing in your life. You know, I don't begrudge anyone. I'm not hypocritical. I don't begrudge anyone a drink, you know, because I would be a hypocrite if I did. But my lifestyle now doesn't involve alcohol. It doesn't involve drugs. It involves healthy eating and exercise and meditation and all, you know, many other techniques I use. And it's making me into a better person, and I'm continuing to learn every day. And I just really wanted to get that message across to you over the Christmas period. You know, if you're thinking about getting sober in 2019 and making that change in your life, because change is hard and painful, but we know that, then then bear that in mind. You know, set yourself small goals and be consistent, and you'll find that that strength will build inside of you, and you know, you will maintain that lifestyle that you want, and you will get stronger and better, and you know, and fitter and healthier and happier, and all these things will spill into you and out of you as a matter of course, as long as you're consistent. And I won't bang on any more about it. Please subscribe, please like the videos, and please share them if you think they'll help any other people. Carpe diem, seize the day today. Be strong, people. You know, think about making that change. If you don't make it now, then make it January the 1st, 2019, and get sober. Much love to you. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.